Hello, everybody. I am Brandon Carey, and I know what you're thinking. We just finished Deathloop. Why are you playing it again? Good question. Truth is, there are still so many secrets left to tell in Deathloop. Stuff that I did not cover on stream. But I don't care about any of that. I want to kill Colt. I just want to kill Colt. So that's what we're going to do. See, we've been doing all of this playing as Loop to experience the loop and try to break it. But there is this whole separate mode where you can play as Juliana and invade other games the way we were invaded when we were playing Deathloop for ourselves. See, I have a couple of skins for Juliana. I'm using this one. I have my gear all set up. As you level up Juliana, you unlock more gear and more slab upgrades that you can use. I don't need no, Havoc's good. I don't need Carnesis though. Nexus is funny. Nexus is funny when you use it on Colt. And Havoc is good for a close quarters fight. Although, do I have a second upgrade for it? I don't like that upgrade. No wonder I didn't equip it. So, we could invade a friend's timeline, but I don't think anyone I'm my friends with is playing right now, so it's time to invade a random timeline. And let us hope we strike pay dirt. I don't need to suppress my weapons because we are playing with a, like, we're playing as Juliana, so suppressing is not as important. Because Juliana plays similarly to Colt, but there are differences, and those differences are important. And I'm sure you probably noticed a couple of them as we were playing the campaign. You might not even, we might not get, depending on how fast these go, you might only get like one, maybe two in tops. But I do want to at least do some invasions. We might go a little over if we have to. The usual hour. I don't hope people are actually playing Deathloop right now. Part of why I kept Deathloop installed was this mode, actually. That would be a bummer if we don't actually get any evasions. If we're not, I have a fallback plan. We'll see. I'll give it a couple minutes. You can always play more Halo, or possibly like Monster Trainer, Runeterra. But, this was a really fun idea. Yeah, we can, these are how Julian levels up by completing these feats that award her points when the invasion is over, and once she gains enough points, she levels up and unlocks more gear and possibly more skins for both her, and you can also unlock skins for Colt in this mode, which is where I got the skin I was using in the campaign, because that's not the default skin, it's a recolor of the default skin. This is where you unlock the cosmetics for Colt and for Juliana herself, is by doing these invasions. We'll see how long it takes for us to actually get an invasion. If it takes too long, we might give up and just play a different game. I could even just do Fates in 14. I always get at least one invasion on stream though, so that we can talk about it, or talk about it in a bit more detail. Get feats for just surviving an invasion. Feats for a headshot. Feats for using explosives, shotgun, handgun, machete. There are also a couple of feats you get by getting streaks, and this is like I have won 4 invasions in a row, and that was pretty big. Like obviously you do lose more than you win in this mode, and that's just kind of the way the game is set up. You're not supposed to be able to fight Colt in You're supposed to be at a disadvantage, because otherwise the campaign would be kind of insufferable. But it is possible, and you just need to know what you're doing and know where Colt can where Colt can be. Die during an invasion. If there are enough feats where even if you get bodied, you should at least get some experience and advance the track. Let's try to reset and see if that helps. Just want a match. I should have known this was going to happen, because it's been a while since this game came out, and people probably not playing it as much. I bet you there are more people playing Juliana than playing as Colt, which is why invasions were so consistent during my my run. And that's a shame, because this is a really interesting part of the game. But if it's not coming, it's not coming. There's nothing I can do about that. Here we go. We got one. We are invading. It didn't take as long as I was afraid it might. Just hope that we actually get a stable connection. All right, we are invading Updom at night. Oh, someone's probably going for the big finish. It would suck to ruin their day. Now, as Juliana, I do have some advantages. That I will try to make use of. First is I do have this power called the Masquerade, where Colt has the Reprisal Slab. Oh, hey, Charky, thank you for hosting. Where is that turret? I just had it. Okay. Activate turret. Now with this masquerade power, I can impersonate an NPC and they can take my appearance. Panda Express, eh? That sounds like a personal problem. Well, I can get in here. I didn't think Juliana was able to get into Colt's apartment. I've never actually had Panda Express, so I wouldn't know how good or bad they are. I'm not going to use it. That's great. It's actually kind of a worthless power. But our other power that Juliana has is, even though we only have one life, we have every NPC on our side, because we are trying to kill Colt, and Colt wants to break the loop. So, if we see NPCs, they are on our side. Carry. Thank you. Just gotta... Right now we don't know where Colt is, so we can take this time to kind of establish some defenses, so when he does show up, we can kill him a little easier. So if I were a Colt, probably want to use this room to hide out in. So there should be some spare turrets. Yes, I'll take you. And we... So, basically the trick to playing as Juliana.
That's the way it is.
The fuck? Is to know the places Colt is likely to hang out in from your time playing as Colt. And use that to your advantage. Yes, Chris, we have invaded someone else's game as Juliana. We are here to protect the loop. And so by anticipating those likely places for him to show up, since he's probably going to want to invade this party and kill Alexis. We are going to make sure he has a lower chance of doing that. We're going to try to wreck somebody's day. We'll see if we actually succeed. This is probably not the finale run, because he should have already killed Frank if this was the finale run. Fuck it. Masquerade's a bad idea. Now, let me see if Wenji and Igor are here. That will give me an idea of how far this guy is in his run. Because if Wenji is here, that means he's probably getting close to the finale. I don't see Wenji. Oh yeah, here's Wenji. So, this guy's probably not at the finale run, but he is probably getting close to it. And he will at least have to engage me, because he needs to hack that antenna so he can leave. If I was a Colt, I would probably stick to the rooftops. And I know that because I have been a Colt that sticks to the rooftops. It's a Dishonored style game, and those are usually the safest places to be. You rarely ever want to actually be on ground level because there are a lot of enemies on ground level. I guess a turret up here on the roof, but that would just probably take the piss. That's smart. I should do that. Oh, I took some damage. That's fine. There's a health station right here. The other thing is that unlike Julian, or unlike Colt though, Juliana cannot hack. Which means if Colt hacks one of my turrets, I basically lose that turret forever. I have no way of reclaiming it. So it's up to me to kind of put turrets in positions that make them difficult to hack. Oh, fuck. We panicked and got fucked. That was our bad. Because unlike Colt, who has 3 lives, Juliana's only got the 1, so you have to be a little more careful than I was. I did fuck up, but I got points. Maybe we'll try again. And do better this time. You will statistically speaking lose most of the fights you invade in this game. Just because Colt has 3 lives and you have 1. Like, the advantage is stacked again in favor of the Colt player, as it frankly should be. Because if it was the other way around, the single-player campaign would be frustrating. Because you have the entire... Every NPC is on your side if you're Juliana. Yes, people would stop playing if the odds were stacked more in favor of Juliana than Colt, or if they were roughly even. Because just they're speaking going to be good and bad players. It makes sense that they would skew the odds in favor of the person who's trying to actually make progress in the story. Yeah, it has to be this way because otherwise it would be too frustrating. Just by the nature of the beast. So when I lose an invasion, I don't actually mind. That's fine. It's just, it's fun. This is a no stakes game. The stakes have never been lower than they are right now. You don't really invade unless you're doing it for fun. Or if you're Dan Reichert invading Vinny Caravella's game because why not? I can't imagine being on Dan Reichert's friends list while playing Deathloop. That would be. It's funny you should say that, Chris, because if you do get Deathloop and you get it on probably you probably have to be PS5 because I don't have it on PC. So like this will never happen. But if you do get Deathloop, there is this option to invade friends timeline. Which, if I see you playing Deathloop on... I'm playing on console. I'm playing on PS5. But if I see somebody on my friends list and they are playing Deathloop, I can hit that invade friends timeline button and choose to fuck with them because I can. So I can be the mean friend and do that. Or I could be helpful. But who am I kidding? I'm never going to be helpful. I want to win. I'm a competitor. But it also means, like, you could have, like, if you wanted to, you could arrange for Deathloop nights. Where, like, you have PvP battles in this game, in theory, if you ever wanted to do that. And that actually would not be a bad use of your time. Because if you're playing as Colt and you win, you get slabs. If you're playing as Juliana and you win, you get cosmetics. You actually do have incentives to fight, even if it's between friends. Because playing as Juliana is the only way you unlock new skins. Of which there are quite a few. It's been a while, so let's reset the matchmaking, because that's usually... If we don't matchmake in the first few minutes in most games, not all, but most, statistically speaking, usually that it's better to refresh the search than just wait. Oh, this is on PS4? I know this game is on PS4. If it's on PS4, then you and I probably could go at it, Chris. One of these days. Just for funsies. I didn't know that. I didn't know there's a PS4 version of this game. I thought it was a PS5 exclusive. I have to look that up on when I have a spare moment. But I am fond of this game. This I don't know if this would make my game of the year if I did a game of the year list. But this would definitely be a contender for me. I would absolutely make this game of the year contender. I love this game a lot. I don't know if it's Arcane's favorite or best. I don't know if it's the best game that came out this year, but I know it's high up on my list. I believe we actually do know what Arcane's doing next. Since you're curious, I believe they're doing that 4-player co-op like Left 4 Dead with vampires game. I believe at the Xbox conference this year that they announced that they were doing that. Yeah, that's Arcane, if memory serves. Let me double check before I say something stupid and wrong. But I am very, very certain that Arcane is doing a 4-player co-op game with vampires. Yeah, Arcane vampire game. Redfall. Yes, Redfall. This is them. A game looked pretty good, although it's definitely a little outside of Arcane's wheelhouse, so I'm curious to see how that goes. I wonder how they'll incorporate their kind of usual immersive sim style in that game. That's what I would expect from them. That's kind of their bread and butter. Oh, Back 4 Blood. Bet it would be better than Back 4 Blood, my friend says, and I don't hate Back 4 Blood. The problem is that Back 4 Blood just made me want to play Left 4 Dead 2 instead. And that's just sad. I think the card system was a bad idea. for Back 4 Blood. And the reason I say that is because I'm put this in my Game of the Year piece that's coming out soon. Oh hey Roger Rabbit, how's the game so far? We're post campaign. We've beaten Deathloop already. I like it. I like it a lot. I recommend Deathloop to most people. Even if it's just for the interactions between Colt and Juliana, because these are some of the two best written characters in gaming this year, by far, not even close. They have a chemistry that is unbelievable. It just works. The two characters just click when you first hear them talk. And the game is fun on top of that. So I do recommend Deathloop if you haven't played it. Oh, you have it. It says here you have it. You just haven't touched it yet. Yeah, absolutely. It is very good. Absolutely very good. If you're a fan of Dishonored or Prey or those kinds of games, no brainer. How long is the story? It depends on how good you are and how lucky you are. Because assholes like me will invade you while you're playing the story. So how long it takes you to do it is dependent on how well you can fight assholes like me off. Oh, speaking of. Let's invade some poor fucker. Because they don't deserve happiness, I do. This one's Updom in the afternoon. It'd be embarrassing if I lost all 3 of these invasions on stream, but also... Well, no, actually, that wouldn't be embarrassing, because, again, odds are skewed in favor of the invader. So it wouldn't be that embarrassing. It'd just be a little silly. Alright, here we go. I don't see any turrets we can use right now. But... if this is Updom at noon, there are several objectives that the Colts could be aiming to do. They could be trying to kill Charlie. That's possible, not likely. Well, no, that is most likely. They could also be aiming for the printing press. No. It's destroyed, so that can't be their target. A lot happens in Updom in the afternoon. So they could also be going for the bunker to get Juliana's, the code to kill the real Juliana from this timeline. And they could also... Colt is already hacking the antenna. Oh, we already got the antenna. I don't know where he is. Oh, fuck. There's some lag going on my end. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Fuck. I didn't use my Havoc. I should have. But there was some bad lag going on there. I don't know what was happening. That's okay, we level up in one more invasion. Sometimes it be that way. Sometimes you just get bad luck. I didn't profess to be good. But To answer the question how long the story is, we did the story in about 5 2-hour streams, so that was about 10 hours. But we also the other thing is that I knew what the solution was ahead of time, so I didn't have to do any guesswork. I just knew where I had to go and what to do. So let's say 15, maybe 20 hours tops. It's not. It's. I wouldn't call it a bite-sized game, but if you're expecting a 40-hour campaign, this is not that game. Probably about 15 hours, I would say, is what the average playthrough of Deathloop will take. A solid 15-hour experience if you if you give room for mistakes to be made. 20 at the worst. If you really have some poor luck with invasions, like the opposite of what's happening now, that you just get Julianas that suck and just die instantly, like me. Up top is never my favorite map to invade in. My favorite map was always Carl's Bay in the morning with Harriet as the target. Because there are some really fun setups you can have in that place. It's fresh. It's running while I'm refreshing. It is somewhat common knowledge amongst people who study these matchmaking algorithms that after enough time has passed when you're searching, eventually the algorithm just kind of gives up. So it's important to every few minutes refresh your search so that it's new and still like in the time to live is still low or high, so you don't have that risk of just searching for infinity for a match that will never come. It's worth it to refresh every now and then to avoid that happening. Probably have time for one more invasion, 2 if they're quick like that one. Depends on if we get an invasion too. Because part of this has also been the just chatting screen. I could have just changed the game to just chatting at this point, and that'd be fine. It's not even a bad idea. But no, we were playing Deathloop technically. I hope to get enough points to level up. So you have 2,638 points, and I need a total of 400 levels, so I need 12 more points to level up. 1 invasion should be enough. Win or lose. And that would get me either some new guns, some new slab upgrades, or hopefully some new skins. I like the skins in this game. I like the style of this game. It's very like 60s, like spy thriller style. It really works. Especially when you combine it with like the music. The kind of like jazzy music that they use in this game. It's a very powerful aesthetic. It's stylish. I'm not making much use of Nexus. So let's use Shift. No upgrades for it, but it's still a useful traversal power. Although you don't really need Shift. Unlike Dishonored, I have won 13 invasions, and I have lost 26 of them. To answer your question, Wyvern. So, again, speaking statistically, you will lose more than you win in this game. Because of the nature of the beast. Yeah, 13 victories. 13 times I have killed Colt all 3 times and ruined his run. 4 of those were in a row. But, again, the odds are stacked in favor of the Colt player, and that's deliberately so. The Colt player is supposed to have the advantage, despite all the NPCs being on your side. Because if the game was scaled, if it was even between Juliana and Colt, or heaven forbid if Juliana had the advantage, the game would just not be fun. Because you're supposed to be playing as Colt going through the campaign. Juliana is always supposed to be more of a side activity that you just do for funsies. So, it's okay that Juliana is weaker. She's supposed to be. Again, as you see, and as you saw during my stream series, I won most of my encounters. I was supposed to. The game was on my side. Sometimes it just be that way. So there is never any shame in losing when you're Juliana invading. Or is there any shame in losing when you're Colt either? It's just the odds are stacked against Juliana. Even though she does have the NPCs on her side, she only has 1 life as opposed to Colt's 3. And Colt has the hacking power that Juliana does not have. So, Juliana can... So if Colt hacks the turrets, the way we did all the time back in the campaign, those turrets stay on his side forever. Juliana can't hack them back to neutral. She doesn't have the hack-a-majig the Colt does. So Colt does have overall more advantage once it gets to the fight between the two of them. Which is why the game is playable. It's why the game is even playable, because again, it would not make sense to give Juliana an equal footing against Colt. She's a fun character, and I love playing as her in decimating Colts. But this is never intended, it is intended to be a diversion. A little fun side activity you can do if you want to engage in the game in a different way than you usually do. This is not meant to be like a replacement or a secondary campaign. It's just, wouldn't it be fun to kill some Colts? Yeah, it would be fun to kill some Colts. I haven't done that yet, and I might not this stream, but I'm still having fun. I'm still making progress towards my my next level up too, so it's okay. Although I will say, back when this game was much more active when it came out, this was a lot faster. This matchmaking was a lot faster when I was playing it back on release. Which tells me the community kind of took a dip. Which is expected. This is a single-player campaign. Once you beat the story, you're probably done. You're probably not coming back, except like in rare occasions where you want to replay it for streams, like I did. So that's fine. But it does mean that if you're enjoying the Juliana invasions like I did, the time for that may be over. And that's a shame, because it really is fun. you're gonna have to take my word for it because I'm not showing off in a great light, but it really is fun to do these invasions. Like if I was playing this casually, I would have this going on in the background while I did some work, or if I was doing some writing, I would have this matchmaking in the background, which I should probably refresh now that I'm thinking about it. And then if I got the invasion, like the beep, I would stop what I'm doing, finish my thought, and then go back to invasions. I would have this going in the side. Kind of like what I do with duty roulettes in FF14. I just queue up for the roulette, and then do something like I need to get done. And then when the roulette is ready, I'll hear the notification. I'll stop what I'm doing and do the roulette. So ordinarily, if I was playing invasions, unlike what I'm doing on stream, I would probably have something I'm doing in the background, as opposed to just kind of filling time talking like I am right now. Which is the streamer's life, baby. Gotta fill time if you're not doing anything important on stream. You gotta keep engaging with your viewers, make your audience feel happy, feel like they're welcome, feel like they're part of the family. Oh shit. We're invading someone. This might be the last one for the night. Depends on how long it goes. Probably gonna be the last one, even if it is a short one. Up Dom at night again, which means someone is probably trying to wrap the game up. So we are starting. Yeah, to contrast that with Dark Souls is actually an interesting talking point. Because, okay. Or trigger some traps. Well, that was fast. I know he is. Oh, this guy's going for the finale. He killed Frank with the fireworks, which means he's looking to end it. Which means we get to hunker down around the boys. He's gonna have to kill Alexis, Igor, and Wenji. Why did I drop the turret?
I'll smoke anywhere, man. I'll smoke in the doctor's office. I'll smoke in a funeral. I'll smoke when people are eating their breakfast right
Game, please. Please don't do this to me. Yeah, to go to your observation about Dark Souls, where it's kind of the opposite of that. You're not entirely wrong about that either, because like Dark Souls is designed to be kind of like 50-50. Like either contestant can win, except unless a monster gets thrown in the mix, in which case it's now skewed in favor of the invader. Why do I keep dropping my fucking turrets? Whereas in this, the game isn't very intentionally skewed towards Colt, despite the fact that Juliana has the NPCs on her side. Because this is a single-player campaign you're supposed to get to the end of. The game wants you to beat it. Please stop dropping the turrets. This is mean. That's why I'm doing it.
That's why I turned the last over.
That's one down.
No need for that.
We killed him once.
Yeah, you recognize me, right? Nobody with a poster child for baby protein shakes as these guys.
Oh, he's sniping.
Anyway, one time this bartender didn't recognize me, and I tipped him a lot. So he takes the tips. So I shake his hands, break every bone, and I forgot to take his tip back.
Said the spider to the fly. Oh, I saw him on the roofs. It doesn't matter how where he runs to. He does have to eventually come here to fight Alexis, so we can't afford to be patient. Because he has to fight everyone in this area. And if he runs away, I still win because the objective is for Juliana to protect the loop, and if he doesn't kill the visionaries, the loop's protected. He's after Wenji. That's the second kill. Got one more. But I gotta heal before I go into another fight. Oh, bummer. He disconnected. But that was going in my way. That was going in my favor. We defended Igor and Wenji. And we leveled up. Survive for 5 minutes during an invasion. Oh, we got Lightning Strike. A new gun that I'm not going to use. And a new skin. Yes, although, not like there was a connection issue. Because the Visionaries are alive. And, like, it's treated as if Colt escaped. Like, no one won or lost because the game is connected. So there cannot be a definitive winner or loser. But as far as the game is concerned, I did my job. I defended the Visionaries, which prevents Colt from breaking the loop. And so it's probably happening that he's continuing the campaign without me because we lost connection. But I was winning. Colt has 3 lives. And if he loses all 3 lives, I win definitively. I killed him twice. He probably did disconnect because he was losing. But I can't be mad. Casual game. I still get the points. I don't lose anything from it. I still leveled up. But he did probably disconnect intentionally. He probably did. I didn't want to make the accusation, but since it's in the chat, you're probably right. He probably disconnected intentionally. But as far as the game is concerned, I did my job. I still won. Like, when I disconnected, the Visionaries were alive. And even though I didn't kill Colt definitively, I was still protecting the loop. And I got points for what I did during that invasion, even if I disconnect in the middle of it. And that was actually probably a pretty good invasion to showcase the strategy on. Because I have beaten the game, and I could recognize the cues that could show me that he was trying to beat the game. Because that was probably, in all honesty, his ending it run. Frank died in the fireworks display, which means he set it up in the morning. And he had Wenji, Igor, and Alexis all at the party. Like you're supposed to at the finale. So odds are I was fucking up someone's finale. Which is, again, why when I did it on my run, I switched to single-player only mode. Because I'm a coward, and I have nothing to prove. And I'm on stream, I don't have time to repeat the entire day. But as far as we are concerned, we actually did a pretty good job defending Alexis in the finale. Because we caught him in the act of hacking a turret. We didn't stop him from hacking the antenna, which locks the exits. But that's fine. If he escapes, the Visionaries aren't dead. Which means he's still lost. So once the antenna goes, then my strategy had to switch to defending the 3 Visionaries. And since I know what a Colt will do, because I've done it. I've done what he's done. I've killed them myself. Then I know how I can prepare for what he's going to do because I've been in his shoes. I know what he's trying to do. I know where the spawns are. It's like when I recognize the Nexus tethers, I can see what he's trying to do. I also know that means I know he's close by because Nexus has a short range. And then once I see the NPCs fighting him, then I can take my own pot shots and take him out with the NPCs on my side. Juliana's an ambush fighter. She can't like kind of brute force the way Colt can, so you kind of have to use your senses and your knowledge of what Colt will do, anticipate what his actions are, and then counter those actions. It's not impossible to win with Juliana. It's difficult. You just gotta know what you just gotta know what you're doing, and you should be fine. But that's mostly what I want to do. I wanted just to kind of do this stream to give an idea of what the invasion mechanic is like. To kind of showcase what it can do, what you can do with it, and what it does add to the game. Because I truly believe that this mechanic adds a lot to Deathloop. It gives it that extra edge, or that extra X factor that separates it from its contemporaries. Because it's fun. It's fun to try to outwit another human, both as Colt and as Juliana. Like, that play between two people who have distinctly separate objectives is like, it's part of the world. It's part of what makes the game interesting, story-wise with Colt and Juliana and their back and forth, and gameplay-wise with the invasion mechanic. I was like, when I first heard Deathloop announced, I was skeptical. I'll admit it. I didn't think that this made any sense. To do a single-player campaign that's kind of like a PvP Dark Souls-y thing. But even though it's kind of a mess on paper, when you play it, it all kind of clicks. And I couldn't be happier with how the game turned out, even if like it's kind of been forgotten critically, 'cause in the months since its release. I still love this game, and I will probably keep it installed and maybe occasionally do an invasion just to satisfy this primal urge to kill Colt. What? I didn't say anything. No idea what you're talking about. But as for the stream, this is probably going to be where I kind of like hook up for or wrap up for the night. Because these bunch of streams are never very long. They're always meant to be kind of like one and done throwaway things. But on Sunday at 8, we will start the Halo Infinite campaign. I am playing that blind. I have not seen anything of the campaign. I know nothing about what I have to fight. So, much like it was for the other Halo games. I know it's weird. I did play those Halo games on stream blind. I didn't know what to expect in the campaigns. But that is how I've played Halo so far, and I will keep doing it that way. And we'll probably, speaking of Hitman Update, we'll probably start playing around with that Hitman Update on next Wednesday. Either the Loose Target campaign, or if the roguelike mode they added is in there, we will give that a shot. So I am deathly curious how that's going to turn out. Like, I love Hitman, and I love my roguelikes. So put those together, and you've got my attention. You just got my attention immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts. Oh, is it Target Arcade? Well, we'll probably give that a shot then, too. Because I'm also curious how that... I'm also curious about that one, too. The Elusive Target Arcade. And how that's going to shake out. For instance, Spring. Well, that's something to look forward to for streams, then. Because that... like something that'd be fun to stream a couple of times in a couple of weeks if there's nothing else to do. Also gonna be a new story here in year 2, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Like new maps and new stories for the campaign. But Sunday is Halo Infinite, and Wednesday will be Hitman 3, seeing some of the stuff they've added for the year 2 patch update. Until next time, I am Brandon Carey. Remember, wear your mask, social distance, wash your filthy hands, Get your vaccine and your booster shots. Black Lives Matter. Trans Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. And all lives cannot matter until minority lives matter. Have a great evening, y'all. Sleep well. Night-night. Take care and stay safe. Bye.